Hello everyone, we are back live with our Omega Friday.
Yes.
And today we're gonna see some of the updates in the latest Pims release.
Yeah.
We have with us Håvard, Matre, Svein-Tore Haraldseid and Alexander Naroshny, who will present the updates from risk and quality management, completion management and document control.
Yeah.
And we will continue with this Omega Friday like before.
Yes.
Every Friday at this time. Yes.
Yeah. Same time.
Well,
Yes.
And we had a really good start in Omega this year. We signed a couple of new clients already, 3, 4, 5, I think, just this first few weeks of the year. Document control to EPCs. We have new clients in the wind park area.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on, both on a product side as well, that we see more of now.
Yeah, and there are some good technology things as well going on that we'll come back into. So should we just start?
Yes.
January, first release of 2021. Let's see if we have some of the guys with us.
And I think we'll start with Alexander. What have happened on the document control side since last year, or since December last year?
Yeah, good day. We actually had quite some updates and new features. If you see my screen, I'll start with release 2012, where we have introduced a dashboard for document control. You've seen it earlier for a cost and CMS. Now we have a similar styling, similar approach here for document control, even with some more grouping for the data, and grab it over to your client to see how it looks, because it's really something to take a look at. And also in this release was the functionality for the contractors that was introduced. And this is the functionality to help collaborate on preparing comments on the review responses. Like when the contractors receive some comments on the PDFs, they are able to just go and do some commenting, working together, collaborating, and then preparing the response, generating a file. Is it a PDF with the responses or an all good Excel? And we also introduced nice functionality to see the file properties or attributes, like changing the file type, putting in some descriptions, comments, and some other metadata about the files, which is quite handy. And in this sprint, in sprint 2101, we are introducing the shared files application. It's been there for quite some time now, used on various clients, and now it's a part of the product. It's more or less like a Dropbox application where you can put your files and share with and have some permissions on that. And it's mainly used as just a repository of uncontrolled files you might need to use in your work processes. And last, but again not least, is the third-party verification follow-up. This is the application where we can see what's going on with the third-party application in general, like seeing the files and statuses and stuff. But this is all designed to be used by the company, so that the company users or elevated users with elevated permissions might send some of the documents or files for the third-party verification on behalf of contractors or instead of contractors. And the last thing that I want to mention is that FlexPaper, the tool that we've used for reviewing for quite some time. We are thinking about deprecating it to deprecate it smoothly. So starting from the next release, it's not going to be available for as the main tool. and after some time, 2, 3, 4 months, it will be removed from the product completely. So be ready to switch to Foxit, which showed itself quite good. Yep, this is it from DCS this time. Thank you.
Quick question on shared files.
Yes.
Searching, I saw that you had a search, both content search or just text on metadata?
No, it doesn't have the content search at the moment, as far as I know, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, just wondering.
Yeah.
Cool.
And especially this third-party verification updates that we've done, that's come out of tight dialogue with our clients, where we've seen some new possibilities to improve that features, different ways of working in different areas. And I think this will be, especially also when we now also get more clients that are contractors. These new features are highly relevant. So it's a really good release, very good. Thank you, Alexander.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, and then we move on to another Pims product, risk management and quality management. You have some updates there, Håvard, you want to present?
Yes, I do. I want to present the latest from both quality management and risk release. And I could say, like Alexander, that for quality management, we are also moving on to supporting better contractors and engineering companies. I'll get back to it. In general, for both products, we have changed the way we handle tabs. We will always open details from a register in a new tab, not reuse it. So that's one of the changes for both. Finally, we have made a display for the changelog. We entered this summer. We entered into the same changelog system as the workflow, so we log everything, and now it is also displayed and ready for searching. Some minor improvements to actions only. It's more visible for risk users if there is a user that has granulation on access to actions only. It will now be indicated that this user does not have a general access. We have improved the RBS tree. It's made collapsible and I would say more logical. And we have, it doesn't seem like a big change, and you might think that all records should be deletable, but we have had some reluctancy on deleting actions from our largest customers. But now with the new changelog, which means that if you delete an action, it's still visible in the log, we have added a general option for deleting actions. Post that. And for quality management, we have developed a new register, ITP, inspection and test plans, which is also relevant for operators, but very much needed for contractors and engineering companies. And we have completed the document control integration. If you are doing an inspection or audit or a review, you may choose to send or notify the other parties via document control correspondence. So that's quite nice. It will create a correspondence and upload the selected notification letter or whatever. And we have made a feature called activity sharing, which means you can share activities from one domain to other domains. It needs to be set up by a super user what domains you can share to, and each activity can be shared to other domains. We've done some great improvements to the checklist. We have previously a global checklist needed to be selected into a domain and for further use, but now they are all available like general checklists, and it's also possible to search for checklists within a domain used on other activities. Just quite improved. Involve company, that's a big thing for construction contractors, engineering companies, because they have to notify end users, operators, and they can easily filter for involved companies in all the different quality activities. We have made discipline, roles, type, and subtypes global. This was previously per domain, but it was an improvement for consistent data. And there are some minor improvements, like you can choose to force comment on closure of findings. You can set a time zone so that the agenda you propose and the reports will correlate. If the project is located in Norway, but so we have some colleagues in the States, the agenda would handle this better if you set a time zone for it. And we have made the finding classifications configurable for end users. If they want to have more than non-conformity and observations, they can do so. And we've added some custom fields. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And I guess both from Pims document control and risk and quality, you can also find that release notes
in docs.
In docs.omega365.com.
Yes, very soon you will. For quality, you can, and for risk from this release on.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
All right. So then next up, the man himself.
Completion management.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Good.
Excited. Also for the completion, you will find the information on docs, on the release notes for completion management. So what's happened on the last release here, we have done, in general, it's moving from Windows to web, which is the main focus in completion in the world. It's quite a large module, so it takes some time to get all the bits and pieces over. But also what we have done lately is to do like a little redesign on the detail pages. We felt that the detail pages was a bit boring and also a bit unstructured, not easy to read. So if you look at the example here, you can see that the window behind there, you can see all the text fields. It's not easy to see the difference between the label and the field itself, but now in the new form we have it switched, so you can see fields with white squares, so it's much easier and much more readable. We are planning to do this on all detail forms, and we have done it now around I think we have I think it's like 12 detailed forms we have, and we have done it on 6 of them now, 50%. Also, as you see, we have the files on the window behind there. You can see that they are like in text, but now we also have thumbnails, so it looks a bit nicer and maybe also easier to read. So that was really the little redesign on the detail pages. Furthermore, we have done some changes to the punch items form. Let me see there. Before you could only edit the punch items in the detail form. That it was a bit slow, you know. In the completion world, you are working with a large amounts of data, and if you're going to update something, it's better to do it directly in the grid, or sometimes it could be much more efficient. So now we have made this grid editable, and you have like drop-down boxes and so on, or combo boxes directly in the grid. so for easy and quick editing. So moving on, we have also moved a lot of many of these configuration forms to web, like milestones and split systems. So now we will find like this milestone form for configuration in the web version, and you can go in here and add your milestones and link them to your subsystems. And also you can add handover certificate or handover certification to that milestone, and the split systems work the same way, with more or less the same functionality. So that's good. Then you can do much more of the configuration directly in web without jumping back and forth. Yes, that was that. Yeah. Except for that, we have done some small fixes also on the scanning form for preservation checklist. Also, like a service there. So when you finalize your preservation check records, it automatically generates a PDF with a signature on it. So that's something also that which has been done in the latest release. I don't think I'm going to go through the 2012 December. I'm just happy to show you the January one. Also, at the end, I've been very happy with the Jon Christian's jokes before, so I have another Friday joke for you today as well.
Whoa! Yeah.
Why do Java programmers wear glasses? Because they can't see sharp.
C#.
Oh, you're funny. Yeah.
So that's what it for me.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And certainly the updates on completion management were not jokes. That was really nice, looking good. The web version of completion management, and yeah,
Going full steam ahead from Windows to web. When it comes to, well, just go back to docs, omega365.com, and go for AppFrame. So the release of AppFrame this month, January, you can see Modesta's release video, so you can watch that full. What we wanted to bring to you today, that when we look at how many solutions has the latest version of AppFrame, we are actually now above 50%.
Oh, yeah, very good.
That has actually AppFrame last year's version, which is really good. Keep on pushing, keep on supporting you, getting the latest version in there. Next from AppFrame, and it will be next week, we'll dig into the AppFrame findings and database health concept that has been introduced to AppFrame to support you to see how the health status in the database is. So looking forward to that.
And this Emmet component as a HTML editor, that's a big step forward. That's the same that is used in Omega 365 as well for docs.
No, that's through Ala. So that's another editor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the difference?
Huh?
What's the difference?
Not sure.
Okay.
We'll need to ask Jan Leon or Modestas. I guess this is for the app designer, so there is some parts of it that, but the editor that we are using for designing the web pages or content, same as for procedures on docs, but also that's the Fruala, new editor, which changed out the tiny MC, wasn't it?
And more support for domain hierarchy, that's also spreading its way to different parts of Pims and AppFrame.
Yep. Is there any now the Pims modules starting to using the domain hierarchy?
A few, but we're looking into others later. For example, document control and several of the workflows, of course.
Good. Okay, I think we had some good updates from Pims. AppFrame release you watch yourself. Next week we'll have some AppFrame parts, and we'll see what we get from Pims.
Yep.
Okay.
That's that was it for today.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Yep.
Have a good
Thank you.
weekend. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.